All right, we have the MP9, the LeHui MP9 from Zenduo. So zenduotoys.com, Zenduo toys.com. So did a couple things here to it. First, I printed off this nice new barrel slash silencer, whatever you want to call it. So this is a 3D printed. You can see you've got a rail down here. Got a couple spots where I need to secure it with screws. I have not done that yet, and even the top one. Let you see inside there if you can. It's probably hard. But anyway, this was the only part I could find online made specifically for this gel blaster or this, and even for airsoft. So you can actually buy this if you don't have a 3D printer. Zenduotoys.com actually sells this specifically for this blaster so that you can get it from them. They have a 3D printer they contract with, a professional one, and you can buy this specifically on there for your MP9. The other thing I did was I wanted to be able to use an 11.1 volt battery on here. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of room in the battery compartment because the battery compartment on this one is right in here. And so you can see that's not a lot of extra room there. So I removed the stock piece here. There was a stock rail that looks a little nicer than that. And then I had to go in with a drill so that I could access the battery cable. So now the nice thing is this battery cable is nice and long, so I didn't need to add any sort of additional wiring or anything, but I did have to put a hole in it. I wasn't that worried about it because this is the blackout kit. It comes with the other blue and white kit, which obviously I have, which is still clean. This was just a battery box I had that would work. Not the most, not the best solution for this specific blaster, but for the time being and just to play with it and test it out, this one worked just fine. And you could push it far enough forward that it covers the hole. And that's kind of what I was looking for. So even though this is specifically made for the MP9, it still wasn't like a perfect fit. So one thing I found on a lot of these, easiest way to make things work, use some electrical tape to make something a little bit wider so that things stick or will fit, excuse me. And so that's all I did here. And then because of that, now it actually, fits pretty tight like it should. Now I will need to go ahead and screw this in. But first I want to make sure that it is definitely firing very straight because you can see that exit hole. And if it's not lined up perfectly, you're going to have a lot of gel balls just spray around because they're going to hit like the side, right? So I might need to do some sort of internal barrel on there as well, which isn't a big deal. I just was going to see if I need to do that or not. But once I have it in there really nice and straight, then I'll go ahead and screw it down. And I don't even think I need to necessarily screw into this piece. Just screw it tight up against the piece. That's at least my plan initially. So that's another nice thing about using that, using electrical tape there. Then there won't be any screw marks because that's what those little screws will drill into. So anyway, I like how it turned out. Looks cool. Took a long, just so you guys know who aren't into 3D printing, this is a 24-hour piece. That's how long it takes to print something like that, because it is pretty solid. Now you can see how thick the walls are here, but then about halfway through, they get really thick. So, all right, MP9, Zenduo Toys, zenduotoys.com. We'll go do some shooting with it with an 11.1 volt using the battery box. We'll use some Shrap Gel, Milky White Performance Gel Beads. And then I'll combine the two videos together so you can see it all at once. All right, we've got the MP9 from LeHui. This is from Zenduo Toys, zenduotoys.com. Got it with an 11.1 volt battery. They confirmed that this one should not have any issues running that, even as it is stock. Like I haven't done any internal upgrades. Big 3D printed barrel. That was the only 3D printed anything I could find made specifically for this gun. And you can actually buy this same one from zenduotoys.com too. So anyway, going to do some shooting with it. I would do something a little more elegant for the battery if I was using this long term. This is just kind of to show you guys. So check it out. You can see I need to tighten this as well. There we go. I don't have the barrel screwed on yet, so it was a little off kilter. So that's why we had them spraying all over. So used up that magazine pretty quick. I didn't have it completely full, but definitely cool. Yeah, I just need to make sure I get this super straight before I tighten it down. Spot for a couple screws on it there, and even a screw on top if I needed to. May have to run an internal barrel through it just because that might make it easiest, just because it gets, that's hard to tell, but it gets very small in there, which is fine if it's lined up perfect, but it will be easier to maybe do that. So again, we got the MP9 from ZenduoToys.com, 3D printed barrel. And again, this can even be purchased from ZenduoToys.com as well, specifically for this blaster. And this blaster comes with the blue and white kit too. So it's got the blacked out kit on, but it comes with that blue and white kit that's definitely a little safer if you're going to be using this outside a lot.